SD Plays, welcome back to some more
Welcome
Danganronpa
back
2.
to more Danganronpa 2. Yes, so last time we entered the ancient ruin. Manga-kuma blew up my game. Then I unblew it up. And now we're in
we also
Host
saw
Peak
some
Academy.
familiar characters last time.
I'm Manga-kuma.
I knew you could do it.
Okay, well apparently there's still hidden Monokumas. So
Who's
so
the
yeah,
shit
this
on the
time we're
bleachers?
going to-
There's nothing.
Yeah. There's just nothing to investigate here. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna investigate this time. Hi Sonia. We were not on this floor earlier. Huh?
This is the
That's
fifth
weird.
floor.
This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different.
This is the fifth floor.
Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down now. Yeah, that's right. Cog in there.
I think
Oh,
this is the fifth floor.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Alright, so it looks
Hey,
like we
Sonia.
can explore 2 classrooms and the dojo.
This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? Probably not.
Oh, and the bio lab.
Okay. Well,
Bio lab
can't-
and the dojo are the only ones we can explore then.
Can't enter those rooms. Can't enter this room. That's the
Okay, we
room with all the blood in it.
Yeah. Alright, we can't enter the bio lab either.
Oh.
Then what can we enter?
I guess down to the garden and the dojo.
No one else here to talk to again.
Nope, we can't go to the
Okay.
garden.
Nope.
But we can go to the
Door's
dojo.
not. Yes.
Finally,
Let's
something
go.
we can
The not
enter.
glitchy doorway. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense.
This was where we almost falsely accused Kyoko of killing.
That's right. It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect a Japanese dojo? Oh, book. What is this?
Did Toko leave this
Is this a
behind?
manga? The title is
No, Hifumi left this behind.
Manga for Morons. A History of Host Peak Academy by Manga-kuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this?
Ooh, let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first you ask? That depends on the person.
Alright. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it. There's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover, the Kitty Cat. The story begins with an introduction to Hope Peak Academy. Hope Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Peak Academy teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Wolfspeed Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decide to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expense and exam fees of the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Wolfspeed Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Wolfspeed Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Wolfspeed Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Wolfspeed Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. Just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Wolfspeed Academy. Wolfspeed Academy was crippled by this incident. It was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Wolfspeed Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these instances really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but... No. It'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course.
Huh?
Hey!
Why'd you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So, I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too.
What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you at least sealed those memories yourself.
Huh?
You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come
When
on!
things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student.
Damn it, what the heck? Reserve Department's been out to truth bullets. Excuse me? Phew!
Bless you.
I apologize. Thank you. That target seems pretty far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a minigame here. Wait, what am I saying?
What about the lockers to the right?
Trees first. The cherry tree is proudly displaying its full blossoms. Falling petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Yoko and Peko were here, it would have been truly picturesque. For their sake as well, I'll I will definitely go home.
Locker and room.
Locker. There's a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking woodblock key sticking out of them. Guess they're just for show. There's nothing particular that looks like a clue. Training dummy. There's a straw post, I guess that means it was used for training. Alright. Well, seems like we got everything we could in here.
Old building, 5th floor.
I suppose we can
so
try
good.
entering. There's something on there. Oh,
Oh, hi guys.
hey Kazuichi.
What's going on?
This hallway. It's kind of creepy. What the fuck's going on with my hair? Can't go to a place like my fucking elbow. Okay. Can't go to a place that I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
oh, classroom. Hi guys.
okay, nice. Oh, okay, only thing is this book. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk.
Hello? Jacob?
Jacob?
Hold on, don't do anything if we're trying to. Oh, SSC play says power flickered off. So I'm gonna pause episode. Alright, we're back. Everything seems to be going fine.
Yes, hello. I apologize. My power went out for a second. Alright.
There you go, Tristan.
Alright, we shall continue. Alright. This one is Manga for Morons, Tragedy of Hope's Big Academy, huh? Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope's Big Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's like Hope's Big Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about the incident? More narration. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages. See what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they've been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Host Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Host Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to the horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited, Danganronpa 0. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this?
Oh shit.
There's no way 13 people will kill that Host Peak Academy.
Alright, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Right, yeah.
Apparently that no.
Like-
Apparently this whole time my OBS wasn't even picking up the stream, even though I was still on the stream.
Oh,
But-
was it? Oh, so I was just kind of reading.
Yeah. Luckily,
Well, there was
nothing
some
visual.
visuals.
It was nothing visual.
It was
And
just
like-
the book.
And like
The color.
Manga-kuma is saying, what irony! I'm really a bad YouTuber.
Right.
For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky that you're incompetent.
Oops, hold on. Damn it. It always has to lead off with something offensive. It seriously pisses me off.
Are we going to floor 4?
Ultimate hope.
Or are we staying on floor 5?
Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here, it said the reserve department, or reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No. It's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Tragedy of Host Peak Academy has been added to treat points. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Host Peak Academy, but...
Jacob, your microphone has cut out. Jacob, your microphone has cut out. Can you stop pressing A? There you go.
Nope. Hello.
Hello. Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay.
The
The
text was
mysteries-
just... The text was just
Oh.
appearing, but you weren't speaking.
Oh, was I disconnecting? I apologize. My internet is dookie sometimes. Okay. If so, I was not hearing you guys say that.
Oh.
Okay.
Still can't go to the 4th floor. What about the bio room? Or the room up there?
Okay, well, we can't
Okay.
go in this classroom.
The bio room!
Oh, glitch is gone! Yes! Biolab.
Oh boy, I love when the game freezes. There we go.
Another book.
What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I stand still, I end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already.
Hey.
First, I saw you, little guy.
I've been found.
Give me
I
my
hate-
10 mono coins.
I hate whose body is probably in this room still. 'Cause I definitely know whose body's in one of those things.
There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. Next one would obviously be about this incident. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? So what was that incident really about? Might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga, hoped that I was right. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidences. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hospi Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising of the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hospi Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet. It began spreading and erode the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then, it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what had come, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats began occurring around the world. The war waged in the name of despair. The war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there's no way to resolve it. How can a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair.
I did no such thing.
The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. Tragedy will never end.
I did no such
My
thing.
heart was racing in my chest. My body felt ice cold.
Probably because you're in the.
It wasn't because I was in this room.
Yeah, sure.
Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, a nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you?
Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy.
Enough! What is this messed up manga?
I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you to remember that, such a spare. For you not to remember that, such a spare. That's the Future Foundation's fault. No, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brain.
This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues are here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. You stupid bastard. I just wanted to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what you said at the beginning.
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm gonna do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it. Tragedy has been added to truth bullets.
The Class 5B.
Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? They're devoted to a certain student who guided Hospital Academy to its destruction. Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hospital Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people.
Two sisters.
But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room.
The Class 5B.
Whew. That was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Well, that door's still glitchy.
I think the white rooms are the ones we're limited to, and we have to slowly unlock them. Which this might be the last one. For this floor, anyway.
Cannon for yeah.
I figure you go ahead, Manga-kuma.
No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I don't see him.
When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me.
I wonder why.
It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot.
I don't want to do that either. Hey, look at this clock!
Does it have any hands this time?
It's meaningless to look at the clock.
Okay. That's a nice
Hey,
floor.
buddy. That's a nice floor.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Pleasingly well. Are you pleasing well? You're pleasing well, right?
What are you doing here?
No, no.
Ah, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth?
You should have done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place.
A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots.
You're getting really fed up with your blabbling. Hurry up. What do you need to tell me?
It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for.
Well, apologies, people. I have a knock on my door. I am needed for something. Kind of heard.
Alright, we are recording again.
Alright. You read this one already, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Just make sure. Surprise! It's about ultimate despair! Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days,
Actually,
it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive.
High school girl?
yes indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
Junko Enoshima.
Hey,
As the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. There was only really one horrible person in that group.
don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. No way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's no strange about it.
Hey,
I suppose
that-
that's right.
Holds true for Lady Junko. With her characteristic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
here.
Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place.
So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
Then what was their purpose?
Huh?
What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without a purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Noshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Noshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Noshima as Junko Noshima.
What are you saying?
I must not plushy, Hajime's a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Noshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. She's just calling herself hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair.
What the hell?
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. An idea had been slammed right into their minds.
And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko and Oshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko and Oshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something to do that they had to do it.
There's no way something that crazy is possible.
What?
Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
The final days?
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Look at Hitler. He died quickly.
Alright. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled the role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide.
Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students?
Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded.
One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko and Oshima. It doesn't scare me at all, I mean.
Bastard!
Junko and Oshima's already dead!
Huh? Ultimate Despair has been added to your truth bullets.
Hello, Junko. Nice to see you again.
Reserve department's been updating your handbook. Huh.
I like how it says despair over there.
That's
Hey,
despair.
oh, hey,
Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko and Ushima's really dead?
Huh?
what? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom.
Bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings
Hey, Howie.
we were involved in, there were killings that happened at Host Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
There he is. I found him. I found Chihiro up there.
Anyway, yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Alley!
Ah!
Hey,
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko and Oshima.
The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko and Ushima's dead.
Hi!
It turns out that Killing School Life was part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other.
Former students at Host Peak Academy. She took away their memories? That's just like us.
Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcasted worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole.
The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
So,
Students of Hope Peak Academy were widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once.
That's messed up.
But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko and Ashima failed. Junko lost it to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life.
Then Junko is no more.
No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Manga-kuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
bastard!
Junko Nishima isn't alive anymore.
Then who is our enemy?
Hello.
If Junko and Oshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, what the killings we're involved in resembled that killing school life.
I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake.
But if this really is an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Killing school life's been at 2 truth bullets. Ultimate Despair has been updated in your hand.
Hello there, did you miss me? Oh, okay, bye Junko. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh?
What? Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I really wanted you to read the manga first, and since I took the time to draw it.
Aw.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag.
Flag? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh.
One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character's route.
You're not making any sense again.
You're not making any sense.
Well now.
No, gave you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including the information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy.
Okay. Do we have anything else we need to do in here? Oh, guess not. So we're probably to leave. Old building, 4th floor.
4th floor.
Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that. I'm not gonna be surprised. That's right. It's no time for me to be surprised by something like this.
How many rooms do we have in this floor? We got 2.
Not a lot. Hey, Connie. How you doing? Connie's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like something's getting closer. Someone.
Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So,
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Thank you, Maymar. But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Manga-kuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Okay, well, is our gut correct and it's this room?
We cannot go to the office. Let's go to the music room.
The one with the piano.
The piano.
Music room.
What the fuck?
This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Yeah, the floating monument. Looks like some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? Not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Manga-kuma, you completely made it up. Future Foundation's origins have been added to truth bullets.
Oh, what's that green over there? Hologram.
What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Oshima rallying them. In the worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. 15 students? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who's part of the Future Foundation, there are definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. The Academy survivors have been added to truth bullets. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. We were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy. They took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No. As long as Manga-kuma's around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Manga-kuma. If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Oshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. if there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other future Foundation members here. Somehow, there's still so many mysteries.
Next time.
Oh. Next time, we're going to continue on. We're getting heavy lore drops this
Yep.
chapter.
We got one more room on floor 4. Then I presume you'll be sent down to floor
Then
3.
who knows what
afterwards.
else? And then, yeah, who knows what else is gonna be there? But all right. Till next time. Oh, that's a chapter 0 and 6. Fancy.
Ooh, fancy.